Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Clutch Talk podcast / YouTube / We Do It All. As always, I'm your host, John. Very happy to be here. Clearly, Jay Hizzle ain't here today. He had a little situation going on, so couldn't be here, but it is all good. The show must go on. The show is what's most important, so the show must go on, baby. So that's what we're going to do here, man. Today is Halloween, so happy Halloween for all my fellow trick-or-treaters out there. If you love going trick-or-treating, man, make sure you have a good time tonight. Make sure you be safe, because I hear a lot of crazy things going on, a lot of crazy stories about some candy lacing or this or that, or just some weird people, man. So just be safe out there for anybody listening to this. I mean, I'm gonna listen to this on November 1st, the day after Halloween, but hope you had a happy Halloween. October 31st, let's get into it, man. Quick episode. Y'all know how these episodes are. We usually give little quick hitters. And I'm gonna be recapping some games here. First game I'm gonna be recapping is the game from last night, and the Lakers beat the Nuggets 121-110. Shout out the Lakers getting it done against a top tier team and the Nuggets. I mean, like how we had me and Jay Hill and our guy Greg all had the Nuggets, sitting at the top of the West. So shout out the Lakers for being able to knock them off. First thing I noticed, let's just get straight into it. First thing I noticed with this game, man, was the change starting lineup, man. Instead of that terrible lineup with Russell Westbrook, they changed it. They went with Lonnie Walker, Patrick Beverly, Troy Brown Jr., LeBron, and Anthony Davis. Russell Westbrook came off the bench gladly, thankfully. And as I've been saying, and almost everyone's been saying to the Lakers organization, Darvin Ham and all that, put Russell Westbrook off the bench and watch what happens. And look at what happened, man. He scored 18 points. He had 8 rebounds. He had 8 assists. He shot 50% from the field. He shot 50% from the three-point line as well, with 2 for 4 from the three and 100% from the free throw line. Guys, my biggest qualm with Russell Westbrook is not wow, Russell Westbrook's attitude or this or that. Like, yeah, that's definitely bothersome, but an attitude can get fixed. What can't get fixed and what you can do is go back in time and take back missed shots or take bad shots, right? And that was my problem with Russell Westbrook, is the fact that he takes bad shots. And it's been time and game after game again that he's just taking bad shots, that it's like, I think back to that Blazers game when there was 30 seconds on the game clock, a little less than 24 seconds on the shot clock, and Russell Westbrook took a pull-up 2 that was fadeaway contested. And when you have time to run out the clock, you have players like AD and LeBron on the court, and this is what you do. That was my biggest qualm with Russell Westbrook. That's been my biggest problem. And that was that moment was just happened to be magnified because it was the game winner. But if you really watch every single Lakers game and every single Lakers possession, he does that often. He'll take a dumb pull up when you have Anthony Davis with I don't know, like D'Angelo Russell guarding him in the post or something like that, man. So yeah, Russell Westbrook, very happy that he had a good game this game. Very happy that it happened with him coming off the bench, because I think that'll make him feel good about coming off the bench. That'll make the fans feel good about coming off the bench. That'll make media feel good about coming off the bench. So definitely a good game. Good to see Russ be efficient and get an efficient 18 points, almost had that triple-double. And I mean, also when we look at the 2 games that Russ has come off the bench, one because of injury, the second one because Darvin Ham finally stepped up, and the Lakers have looked better. Westbrook's looked better, so it's just a win-win for everyone, man. So when he plays with that second unit, it's just no pressure on him. I think that's just better for him. He's able to push the tempo. He's able to be that ball dominant player, because when LeBron and AD are on the court, like, they're ball dominant as well. And LeBron and AD should get theirs before Westbrook 10 times out of 10 every single day, even on Sundays. So if LeBron and AD are on the court, in Westbrook, another ball dominant player is on the court, that's 3 ball dominant players. When you have LeBron and AD on the court, what you need is shooters and defenders around them. But Westbrook isn't a shooter, nor is he the greatest defender. He's not the worst defender, but he's not the greatest defender. So that's really where Russell Westbrook needs to be, is that second unit coming off the bench. So when LeBron and AD do sit, Russell Westbrook can be that ball dominant player. But that's just my thoughts. But anyway, let's get back to the game. Anthony Davis in that first quarter, 11 points on 5 of 5 shooting. Jokic 10 points. So it was really a battle of the bigs that were going at it. Saw early in the game, AD was just bullying MPJ, and kind of made me think like, man, MPJ had a lot of time off. Like, man, my boy should have tried to come back bigger, way bigger, because I feel like that is one of his issues. He's small. The Lakers were able to outscore the Denver Nuggets in the second quarter by 10 points, which gave him a nice little cushion coming into the third. And then the third, the Lakers blew up, scored 38 points, almost 40 points in the entire quarter, on the back of LeBron and Lonnie Walker, both really carrying the team for that third. The Lakers held on to the lead in the fourth, and ended up getting the win. But there's just some other things that I want to talk about as far as little notes as far as the game. The Lakers are shooting less threes. Thank the good gracious God, the Lakers are shooting less threes, because they just can't shoot. They're not a team that shoots threes. They're a bigger team. They're a team that needs to play to their strengths. And right now their strength is not shooting. So until we get some shooters on that team, the Lakers definitely need to, keep that down to, I would say, anywhere from 25 to 30. But definitely not, we don't want to be seeing like 40 plus threes per game. Love to see the way AD responded, especially because, AD got embarrassed that game earlier in this week against the Nuggets. But what does AD do and come back? Not only does he get the win, but AD has 23 points, 15 rebounds on 55% from the field. Jokic, 23 points, 14 rebounds on 50% from the field. So AD matched, if anything, outplayed Jokic, man. So definitely happy to see AD have that response. As a Lakers fan, or even as an NBA fan, if you've been following AD, you know that the number one thing you want to see is how he responds to injury, how he responds to adversity, how he responds to, lineup changes, everything, roster change, everything, man, everything. So, so definitely happy to see AD doing that. It's good to see the Lakers and the Nuggets, big three, doing their thing. LeBron had 26 and 8, AD 23 and 15, Russ 18 and 8. And the Nuggets as well. Jokic with 23 and 14, Aaron Gordon with 18 and 6, and Michael Porter Jr. with 17 and 9. So, definitely good to just see teams and with their, their all-out best players really, balling out, man. So shout out both the Denver Nuggets and the Lakers. And last little note on this game, man, and I had to write this one down. Y'all, Damian Jones, I like Damian Jones. Don't get me wrong. He's a good lob option. Pick and roll lob, some putback dunks, kind of be a little bit of a high flyer presence, right? But he got no defense, y'all. Every game I watch, my boy does not get it done defensively. He's getting cooked every single game, whether it be by, Jokic is a 2-time MVP, but whether it be from Jokic or even Nurk, Jusuf Nurkic to Rudy Gobert, he just either gets played off the court or he just gets cooked on the court. So Damian Jones, shout out you, but got to work on sliding them puppies, baby. Try to slide them puppies, baby. But all right, y'all. So that is the Lakers game. Great game. Shout out the Lakers. Shout out the Nuggets. Now we're gonna recap a game that happened on Saturday, and that was the 76ers versus the Bulls. 76ers won 114 to 109. Really thought Joel Embiid was going to dominate this game because there was really no Andre. There wasn't any Andre Drummond. But this game was really a great game with 10 lead changes. It was the battle of the big threes, man. For the 76ers, had Joel Embiid, James Harden, Tyrese Maxey. They were all doing their thing. DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic, and all those guys individually all scored 14 or more points. And honestly, guys, I know Jay Hill not here, but this is something I wanted to have a conversation with Jay about. And, since, Jay not here, family out there, let me know, am I tripping on this next thing that I'm about to say? Or am I right? Am I right on point? Y'all, I'm watching Tyrese Maxey play and I'm feeling like he could be the guy in a couple of years. The guy in a couple of years, like a max guy, the number one option. I don't know if I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but man, he looks good. He just keeps getting better and better. He makes the right plays. He hustles. He's lightning fast. So I don't know. Let me know if I'm tripping in the comment section down below. If you're an Apple Podcast, Spotify listener, let us DM us on our Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, reach out to us anywhere. Let us know, or, you can leave a nice little a ranking right there, and leave a nice little comment. Let me know. Is Tyrese the guy? Is he a max guy in this league or no? Let me know. But all right, guys. So we're gonna keep pushing it and getting to the game again. First half was basically DeMar DeRozan versus the 76ers. As 76ers put up 65 points in that first half, and DeMar put up 20 just himself in that first half. So DeMar was definitely getting busy, getting to it. And then just another little point that I want to talk on, something that I noticed when I was watching the games. I was like, man, James Harden has literally made a career of going to the line. Like, that's what his career has been. Like, that's why I think he's so overrated, man. Like, don't get me wrong. James Harden is a great scorer. Might be one of the best players right now in the league out of the pick and roll. But I just think that his constant, like, baiting of the foul and getting to the free throw line is ridiculous. And this game shows it. This game shows it. Guys, in this game, James Harden only had 15 points. Now, he was 2 of 13 from the field. So from 2-point, basically anything that's not a three, he only made 2. He was 0 of 5 from the 3-point line. Means he made 0 threes. He attempted 5 and made 0. Yet he had 15 points. Y'all, he went to the free throw line 11 times. He was 11 out of 11 from the free throw line. The man did not miss. And the crazy thing is, y'all, like, this is a every game occurrence for James Harden. I'm not saying he's going 100% every single game at the line, but he's shooting like 10 plus because he's able to bait the foul so bad. Like, bro, James Harden as a player, like, if you take the fouls out, like, so are you telling me he would have had what? 4 points, 2 points? Because if he only made two twos, that's 4. He made 0 threes. So he would have had 4 points. James Harden, I need to see more without the foul baiting, but definitely, James Harden's definitely that guy, but I just would love to see him do a little more outside of the, out of the free throw line, because at the end of the day, y'all, like, let's be real. They call calls different in the regular season than they do in the playoffs. Let's just be real. Let's just be honest. They call it way different. And the calls that they are giving James in the regular season, they don't give him in the playoffs. So, and then when it's deep in the playoffs, he's doing the same things and it's not working. Like, who is it to question? Who is it to question? I mean, it's a question you, James. This has been happening for the past couple of years. You're dominant in the regular season. What about the year in Houston when you averaged like 36 points in the regular season and then did nothing in the playoffs? He's always not showing up in the playoffs. And for that, honestly, he needs to change it. And this year, but he better be an efficient playoff player, because the 76ers are trying to go for it, man. But anyway, y'all, so like I mentioned, the Bulls were small with no Andre Drummond, but Joel Embiid didn't really impose as well, which is definitely upsetting. When I had him second on my MVP, like this upcoming year, I had Luka than him. So, because he's been robbed the past couple of years, from Giannis to Jokic to all of that. But I mean, for him to not come out and try to assert his dominance against a small Bulls team that already doesn't have Andre Drummond, he should light up Andre Drummond even if he was there. But Andre Drummond wasn't there and he didn't light him up. I got qualms and I got questions about how much he cares and how much he's got, invested into this, man. So would have loved to see a little more from him, as I'm expecting an MVP season from him. Vooch, so dang aggressive, man, since the start of the season. I've talked about this on other episodes, and I'm talking about it again. Shout out Vooch, man. 19 rebounds. He dominated the glass against Joel Embiid. 7. Mind you, Joel Embiid's bigger, better, faster, stronger. Yet Vooch out-hustled him. What's that quote? It's like, hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. Come on, man. But anyway, y'all, game went on. Very close game. Like I mentioned, 10 lead changes. And then with 18 seconds left, man, Joel Embiid stepped into it. And I'll give it to him. He wasn't playing well the whole game. He wasn't being assertive the whole game. But what he did do is he stepped up in the fourth quarter and stepped up big time, man. Especially with 18 seconds left to go, he put Philly up 112-109 by hitting a huge three. And the way he just stepped into it, man, you just love to see it from your starting center, your big man. And I mean, Joel Embiid is different, man. I just love to see the confidence. And then at the end of the game, I mean, DeMar really almost had a game winner. DeMar took it straight to Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid just walled off, played perfect defense, didn't foul him at all. And, you know, he contested the shot and DeMar ended up missing the layup. I believe it was Joel Embiid who got the rebound, outletted somebody. Alex Caruso picked that off, had an open three. I'm like, oh yeah, here we go. Boom, out. He missed it, y'all. The way I said boom, you would think he cashed it, huh? But no, he missed it, y'all. He missed the three, and then it ended up being game, man. But honestly, what I wanted to have this conversation with Jay, but I'm not, you know, Jay necessarily couldn't really be here, but it is Harden having a 15 points, 11 assists, 6 rebound, 0 from 5 from 3, and 2 of 13 from the field, but 11 from free throw line. Is that considered a good game? Family out there, let me know. Is that considered a good game? I don't know if I'd consider that a good game because, I mean, 2 from 13, dog, you're taking away a lot of shots from players like Maxey, from players like Tobias Harris, from players like Joel Embiid. So I don't know how happy I am about that. So me personally, I would say it's a bad game. Family out there, let me know. What do you guys think? You guys think it was a bad game? Think that was a good game for James Harden in particular, man? But between the 76ers and the Bulls, great game. Shout out the Sixers. Shout out the Bulls. 2 dominant Eastern Conference teams. All right, y'all. Next game we about to get into for the recap is this game that happened on Sunday also, which was October 30th. It was the Detroit Pistons versus the Golden State Warriors. The Pistons won 128-114. Our brother Jay was actually at the game, him and Oko. So shout out Jay and Oko. Hope y'all had a great time there. So let's talk about it, y'all. First quarter, the Warriors came out on fire, man. Scored almost 40 points in the first quarter. They scored 37. Was really taking it to the Pistons early, and that was really on the back of Jordan Poole and Stephen Curry. You're having a good first quarter. Jordan Poole scored 10 points in that first quarter to Curry's 7, and Curry, you know, was perfect from the free throw line. So was Jordan Poole. So, you know, they were taking it to him. But in that second quarter, that's a little bit of a different outcome. The Warriors really got manhandled in that second quarter. The Pistons scored 34 points to the Warriors 18 points. Really just a disappointment across the boards. Definitely was a tough second quarter for the Warriors, man. But that is nothing to fear because we know that the Warriors have bounce back in big third quarters, and that's what they did, man. They had another big third quarter with 36 points. Unfortunately, the Pistons just had a bigger third quarter, man. They had a 37-point third quarter, and this is where I really want to get into the Pistons, man, because the Pistons just had had a great game, man. I mean, we're talking about from a starting 5 perspective, we got Saddiq Bey 28.6 rebounds, Bojan Bogdanovic 21 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Isaiah Stewart, 24 points, 13 rebounds, and of those 13, 5 are offensive rebounds. Cade Cunningham with 10 rebounds, 23 points. Do want to see him get that turnover number down a little more. He got 4 turnovers. And Jaden Ivey, the rookie, 15 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds. Just a monstrous performance from, you know, your young cats, from your starting 5, from your initial group, to kick everything off. And on the Warriors side of things, you can't really say the same. You know, definitely an impressive game from Jordan Poole, scoring 30 points. The only thing that I do find a little bit, you know, in question is the same thing about that with that James Harden situation, right? We have a player like Jordan Poole taking 13 threes. Jordan Poole is a good player. He might even get the most improved this year or 6 man. But we have a player like Jordan Poole taking 13 threes and only making 5. How many threes is that being taken away from Curry? How many threes is that taken away from Wiggins when Clay's in the game? How many threes is it taken away from that? So that's definitely my only really kind of, you know, point of concern. Curry, he also, you know, didn't have a great 3-point shooting night. He shot 14 threes, only made 4 for a total of 28% from the 3-point line. But that's Stephen Curry, man. I mean, that's the greatest shooter of all time. So, I mean, you got to live with it, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to live and die with his shooting, and that's okay. And that's okay for the greatest shooter of all time. But yeah, man. I mean, the Warriors overall, don't think they should be very concerned about this. I mean, this is the NBA. These are NBA talent level players, bro. So like the greatest team on any given night could lose to the worst assembled team ever. The 2001 Lakers, which in my opinion is the greatest team of all time. Shaq and Kobe, let's be real, nobody touching that. And maybe that 95, 96 Bulls, but probably not. Anyway, that team could lose to a Charlotte Bobcats. Do you remember the Bobcats? Do y'all remember the Bobcats, y'all? The Bobcats were arguably like the worst team like ever. They were the worst team ever. I believe that was like the start of Kemba's career, to be honest, man. But yeah, man, the Charlotte Bobcats, like on any given night, they're NBA players. They could beat that 01 Lakers team or that 95, 96 Bulls team. So I don't think the Warriors should be worried. They're still the defending champion, still an elite team of the West. So, just a little bump on the road. Keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Keep it shooting, and things will all be good, man. So, yes, great game. Pistons won 128-114. All right, y'all. So what we're gonna get into now is this fun little game / segment. However y'all want to look at it, man. What we're gonna do here, y'all, is we are gonna be looking at the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. Sorry about that, y'all. We're gonna be looking at the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference, all of the teams, 1 through 15 in both conferences. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go through team by team. We'll start on the East first, and I'll say if they need to make a trade or if they need to do away with somebody, just a roster change. I'm not saying I'm gonna have the ideal perfect trade right there and ready to go for the team, because if that's the case, I mean, these NBA teams need to start paying me, man. These NBA teams just start, because I told Darvin Ham and the Lakers that they need to bring Russ off the bench, and they listened to me, and now they start, and they got to win. So they got their first win. So shout out them. But let's go ahead and get into it. We'll go ahead and go from 1 to 15 of the teams that need to make a move or don't need to really make a move. So Bucks don't really need to make a move, man. In my opinion, they're the best team in the league, not because they're the only team that hasn't lost a game, but because they have Giannis Antetokounmpo, the best player in the world. And in my opinion, if Chris Middleton wouldn't have got hurt last year, they would have been back-to-back champions. And you got somebody like Giannis that'll carry you, and then close like Chris Middleton. You got shooters, you got defenders. Like that team literally has it all. So, in my opinion, the best team in the league right now. And my favorites for who I think is going to win a championship this year. But all right, second in the Eastern Conference right now is the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't think they need to make any moves. I think they need to sit on the roster that they have, hope that Darius Garland gets back and better from that eye injury, and let these young guys go, man. Let these young guys go, make mistakes, get better. It kind of reminds me of like an Oklahoma City with a young James Harden, young Kevin Durant, young Russell Westbrook, young, explosive, exciting team. Number 3 right now is the Boston Celtics. No, they don't need to make any changes because they already made the greatest offseason change, and that was bringing Malcolm Brogdon over the offseason and Danilo Gallinari. Very upsetting that Danilo got hurt, especially not even playing for the Celtics. But shout out the Celtics. They don't really need to make a move. The Hawks, look, man, I guess they have enough talent to be up here, but I just don't see Trae Young and DeJounte Murray working. I know that they're not going to trade DeJounte Murray for anybody. They're not going to trade Trae Young for anybody. That's their 2 cornerstones. They're going to make it happen. I don't really see it working. And when I've watched the Hawks game so far this season, haven't been, too impressed, but at the end of the day, they are 4-2, but it's only a 6-game sample size. So let's not get ahead of ourselves, guys, because the Utah Jazz and the 6-game sample size are in the 4th seed. So let's remember that, guys. And then the Knicks are currently in the 5th seed. I do think they need to make a move. I know Jalen Brunson's been balling out, but what I think they need a true scorer. Like DeMar would be perfect in a situation like that. And I actually was watching the video saying how Donovan Mitchell almost went there, and that would have been perfect for Donovan Mitchell. Maybe not for the I mean, that would have hurt for the Knicks, maybe not for Donovan Mitchell, but that would have been perfect for the Knicks because that's the score. You know, they have defenders, they have playmakers. I think, and I don't believe in Jalen Brunson being a scorer like deep in the season. I don't believe it. The man is like 6 foot tall. He's gonna get pressed. He's gonna get pressured on, and it's just nothing much you can do when you're 6 feet tall and someone's like 6'9" or 6'5" or 6'6" are defending you, man. It's just too much. So the Knicks need to make a move, try to pull a player like DeMar, but or just a scorer of that caliber along those lines. Ooh, Bradley Beal would be dope there. I don't know why I just thought of that now, but Bradley Beal rather lose and get paid forever. But yeah, I feel him, I guess. Number 6, Charlotte Hornets. Charlotte Hornets definitely need to make a move. Losing Miles Bridges to that unfortunate situation. Whew. I mean, that's your second best player, and arguably your best player. It's 20 points per game. What you going to do with that? You got to replace that. Definitely need to make a move. Need to bring a scorer in, bring Melo back. The Raptors, surprisingly, no. They just need to sit on this young roster, this young core, and keep rocking out with it, man. Also, in a way, reminds me of the Cavs, but I would say I think the Cavs are better, in my opinion. The Washington Wizards, I mean, I don't think the Washington Wizards are competitive. I know Jay Hill likes Porzingis. I don't know if I like Porzingis like that, yo. I really don't. He's not consistent. When he's there, he can be that unicorn, but a lot of times he's also just taking just bad, dumb shots, or he's scared to go inside, or he just plays that like he's 6'2" guard or something, like he's not 7 foot. He should be in there getting some dang rebounds. So the Wizards, yeah, if they want to contend, they need to make a move, but I don't think they want to contend. Ruchi Hakamura, Kyle Kuzma, Bradley Beal, just not going to get it done. Porzingis, Tingus Pingus, that's what they be calling them. The 76ers, I mean, a great role player, like a Dwayne Dedmon would be amazing. But at this point, I also think that they're a top team in the East. They're just right now, they're kind of falling off. So I'll say, I can't ride the fence. So no Dwayne Dedmon. Sit on it. Because I'm not going to ride the fence, y'all. Either they need it or they don't need it. I'm not riding the fence here today. Or never. So either they need it or don't need it. And I think they are on the side of not needing it more than they're on the side of needing it. Chicago Bulls, baby. I don't know who else they can get, because what they really needed was like a real big, not Andre Drummond. I mean, of course, this is going to sound great, but a Joel, or what would have been great is I guess Andre Drummond fills that role. Does he though? We know Andre Drummond is, man. Andre Drummond isn't the starting caliber big, because that's what they need. They needed to start. See, I mean, any team could use a player like Joel Embiid, so it's not even fair for me to say that. But they could use a starting big. Like, they need a real good starting big. I like Andre Drummond, great guy, gets a lot of rebounds, has a lot of 20-20 games, but those happen probably 5 times every year. That can't be my starting center. Indiana Pacers, make a move. Miami Heat, make a move, man. Make a move. My only problem with the Miami Heat is they don't have a real scorer, a real go-to guy, a real number one option. Jimmy's not that. I'm sorry for Miami, my Miami Heat fans out there. Try to say that 7 times. My Miami Heat, my Miami. Oh, never mind. Maybe I just am just rambling too much, man. But anyway, Miami Heat, you got to make a move. Get a real scorer. Get somebody that can do it. Detroit Pistons, do you make a move? Because they're just going for Vic. Pacers, yeah, they're going for Vic. So do you make a move? Magic, sit on. If you're trying to be competitive right now, I guarantee you the Magic have the best trade option in the entire league right now. Probably not gonna make any moves for the Magic, and again, unless they want to be competitive. For the Western Conference, the Blazers, it's so good to see the Blazers at the top of the West. The Blazers, make a move, man. Make a move. Try to get another scorer in there, because I like that, Anthony Simonson stepping up. Dame's there, but they're just a one Dame injury away from being the Blazers that we know and love. The Suns don't need to make any more moves, man. They have the continuity going. They have the chemistry going. They got the winning going, man. They got everything going. So let's keep it rolling with the Suns. The Spurs, 5-2 on the 2-game win streak. Don't know how that's going on. Because even Pop called it, but even Pop was like, man, yeah, I don't want to come see the Spurs, man. We're not going to be doing nothing this year. So surprising to see them there. I do think I know they're going for Vic. So if that's the case, keep sucking. I'm pretty sure they just like waived Josh Primo, which is the guy they drafted last year. Utah Jazz, also surprising. Austin think they're going for Vic. GFV going for Vic, man. And if you want to go for Vic, keep that team as bad as you possibly can. So keep it together here. 5th seed, New Orleans Pelicans. But the thing is, I want to say make a move, because realistically, the Pelicans aren't aggressive enough to make a deep playoff run right now. They're good, but they're not aggressive enough to make a deep playoff run right now, in my opinion. They're not aggressive to make a deep playoff run. So if you want to make a deep playoff run, you want to get into the finals, which that's what I think every team should be trying to strive for, unless you know the bottom feeders. If you're the bottom feeders, then strive for Vic. So for the Pelicans, I would say, you could try to add some pieces up in there, but just don't know what more is going to go. So so I don't ride the fence. I'm going to go with add some more pieces, but I don't know, what more you can add. Number 6 seed currently is the Memphis Grizzlies. Keep it going, man. Keep it going. As a matter of fact, earlier when I talked about the Cavs and I said they remind me of a young OKC, this reminds me of a young OKC. Like very much young guys who just shoot, aren't scared of nothing. They don't even know what's coming. So they just naive to the fact. So that's what I'm going with for the Grizzlies. As far as make a move, don't make a move. Sit on it. Let that young core keep going. Definitely sad to see DeAnthony Melton go. He's a big piece for them. 7th seed is the Minnesota Timberwolves. So the Minnesota Timberwolves, you could try to get some defenders in there. I know they lost, Jared Vanderbilt, a lot of good, actually really slept on, underrated good defenders that made their defense so good last year. And they lost players like that. So, trying to go out, get lengthy guys. That'll be big. Denver Nuggets, best team in the West. Right now it's the Warriors, the defending champions, but the Nuggets, I think are going to be this year. Oklahoma City Thunder, they are GFV, going for Vic. So keep it like that if you want to go for Vic, baby. Dallas Mavericks, try to add some more shooters in there. Very inconsistent shooters, but when they are hitting the mark, they are on fire, y'all. Like that last game that we talked about last episode, where they shot 50% from the 3-point line as a team. So and they beat the Brooklyn Nets. So the Brooklyn Nets, I totally blanked and forgot because I just said these 3 bottom teams, but I didn't give one for the Brooklyn Nets. Y'all, the Brooklyn Nets are extremely, extremely, extremely. And if you don't believe me, go watch a Nets game. If you actually know basketball, you'll come back and believe in me. They are extremely, extremely, extremely top heavy. And they need to make a move if they're going to get something done. It is urgent that they make a move if they're going to get something done. Guarantee. Like Chuck says, I guarantee. That's how you say it. I guarantee. So I guarantee y'all. Guarantee. I believe we were on we just finished the Mavericks. So back to the West, 11th seed, the current 11th seed, the Golden State Warriors, the reigning champions, right now sitting at that 11th seed, 3 wins and 4 losses. No, don't do anything. Of course, you're reigning champions. You don't need to do anything. You didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? That was upsetting to lose GP and Otto, but you're the reigning champions. You didn't do anything, man. LA Clippers don't need to do anything. I got Kawhi on my fantasy, but the man just never freaking plays. So unfortunately, don't do anything. Clippers, sit on it. Hope Kawhi gets healthy. Kings, unless you're G for V, do everything. Unless you're G for V, do everything. Lakers, they definitely need to do a lot. Need to first start. I know I just talked about Russell Westbrook having a good game, earlier against the Denver Nuggets, but if he's the main problem. Yeah, he had a good game. Still the main problem. Still gotta go. Still gotta go. Still trying to get Buddy Hield for him. Still trying to get Miles Turner for him. And I don't care what we got to give up. Y'all, you give up whatever it is that you plausibly have to give up. I don't care if you suck for the next 5 to 10 years. You put yourself in a position to win with LeBron at 37, the greatest player of all time at 37 years old, playing like this. You do whatever it takes to win. So you listen to me, Darvin Ham. You listen to me, Rob Pelinka. You make a change. Darvin, stop being so scared of Russell Westbrook and put him on the bench like how you did last night. Put him on the bench. Darvin, put him on the bench. I'm not going to be playing with you. Rob Pelinka, you running out of time. You're running out of time because I'm about to make the drive down to LA. I'm in the Bay right now, but I'm about to make the drive down to LA and go really get on you. Because why on God's green earth would, I mean, let's back up. Why would you even take Russell Westbrook from the beginning over a player like DeMar DeRozan? I don't care. I mean, I was gonna say they're both. I was gonna say I don't care. Russell Westbrook from LA. They're both from LA. What are you talking about? But all right, whatever. That was the first issue. But why are you not looking at the history? History repeats itself. The past repeats itself. Hello, LeBron's always won with shooters. Why are you surrounding him with slashers and people who can't shoot? So a lot of changes needs to happen, man. 15, unless you're GFV, and Lakers too. Unless the Lakers are low-key have plans of going for Vic, shoot. If the Lakers have plans of going for Vic, sign Russell Westbrook and say, stay here. But if you don't plan on going for Vic, you plan on actually doing something with LeBron's last couple of years, get some shooters and trade Russell Westbrook first. Houston Rockets. Unless you're going for Vic, everything, man. Everything, man. Unless you're going for Vic. And that is both the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. Hope that everybody out there, enjoy that little, new segment, new game, however you want to look at it. All right, y'all. Last thing before we get out of here, you know what we got, man. We got the upcoming games for the week. Again, I am recording this on October 31st, Monday. Happy Halloween. You will be hearing this on November 1st. So let me go ahead and run off some games that I am excited to see. First is a game that's going to be on TNT on Tuesday, November 1st, and that is the Phoenix Suns versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think it's going to be great to see Karl-Anthony Towns and DeAndre Ayton really go at each other. And for Karl-Anthony Towns to have a player like Rudy Gobert there with them, I think that will be big. Definitely looking forward to on Wednesday the 2nd. We have the Celtics, which is 4-2, versus the Cavs, who are 5-1. That'll be a big game. But you know what I'm looking forward to, baby. On Wednesday, we have the New York Knicks versus Trae Young. Man, these games it's basically the Knicks versus Trae Young, y'all. That's what it is. And now Trae Young got a big partner with him in DeJounte Murray. So I think that's going to be a whole lot of fun, y'all. Sparks gonna fly. The same way that we said at the Warriors and Suns game, Sparks is gonna fly. Sparks is gonna fly, y'all. Sparks is gonna fly at this Hawks and Knicks games, man. But all right, y'all. So I think it's a good place for us to go ahead and wrap it up. For all the family out there, appreciate you guys for staying, through the whole episode. And man, just as always, y'all, like, don't forget to hit that like button, y'all. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, y'all. Don't forget to leave a nice comment down below. If you're on YouTube, make sure you do all that. If you're on Apple Podcasts, if you're on Spotify, if you're on all those platforms, make sure you leave a nice review and a ranking, man. Rank us, it's 5 stars only. 5 stars only. Come on, 5 stars only. 5 stars only. 5 stars only. I'm just kidding. but for real though, y'all, leave us a ranking, leave us a review, leave us a nice comment, and just get at us, man. Get at us, man, because we working, man. If you're on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Clutch Talk. I mean, Twitter, I'm losing my mind. I said like Twitter, TikTok, and Clutch Talk, and all that. I said it together. Let me try that again. If you on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok, make sure to go follow us at Clutch Talk Pod, because we on there, man. And get at us, because we trying to get to 200 before 2023. 200 subscribers. Smash that subscribe button. Tell your friend. Tell your friend to tell your friend. Then tell that friend to tell his mom. Tell her mom to tell her cousin. And tell her cousin to tell her grandpa. And then hit that subscribe button. But if that's it, then we out here, y'all. Clutch Talk out. Peace.